All right, I think we are live. So, hello, my friends, and thank you so much for joining my episode number two of the best replica built car, the best viewer replica built car in automation game. Hello, Mr. Technogaz. Hello, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Despazi himself, and thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining my special episode two of this awesome series. Now, this video or this stream will be uploaded to YouTube, so I'm not gonna be taking the crazy long usual way of streaming. So I will be like I'll be taking some shortcuts so I can make it short enough to be appearing on YouTube without people complaining like it's an hour or long. So yeah, hello Mr. Bell, hello my friend, thank you also for joining the episode number two. So as always, or as we saw on the first episode, I mentioned I'll be downloading 4 cars, 3 cars, depends on what can I find, or what you guys sent me on Discord on the replica cars page. And surprise surprise, you guys sent me a lot of awesome cars, but as I mentioned, I can't pick the same creators on each episode. So if your car appears on an episode, on the next one, even if you sent me a car, you won't appear because someone else deserves a chance to appear instead of your car. So we have 5 awesome cars. I picked very awesome 5 cars from the page. We'll be checking them out, we'll be driving them also in BeamNG. We'll be having so much fun, and let's start. But before we start, guys, I would love if you can confirm that if the microphone, the picture, everything is working, nothing is wrong, before we begin exploring those cars. I would love if you can tell me that everything is working as it should be, so we can start. And just a moment, let me check also the stream settings and send the link to my Discord. So just a moment. It's all working. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas, I really appreciate that. All right, let me send the link first to Discord so everyone can actually join in. All right, here we go. So this is as you can see, we are in automation. Let's check out the cars that I got from you guys on the replica page on our Discord. 5 amazing replica build cars, so let's check them out. So basically, this is the list, or basically the top 5 vehicles. The first one is called the Acura Concept Type S. Then we have the Shelby Mustang GT, and we have then the Honda NSX 2005 after lifting C30A Monza edition, I think. And then we have the BMW E36 something, I don't know, coupe. And then we have the Mercedes-Benz E36 AMG station wagon from 1993. So, hello Mr. Lionel, hello my friend, thank you so much for joining. Hello Mr. Tawfiq82, thank you so much for joining as well. So let's start first by opening the Acura Type S. As you can see, here's a picture of it. It looks absolutely stunning. So let's take a look. Now, as we did on the first episode, after we finish filming, I'll be putting a vote on YouTube, so you can guys go and vote for your favorite car. Yes, only 5 cars, Mr. Lionel, only 5 replicated cars on each video, because on YouTube the voting only takes 5. The voting will only give you 5 options, so we can only test 5 cars. We'll be checking them out in automation, we'll be driving them in BeamNG, and we'll be having so much fun. So the first vehicle, which is of course the Acura Concept Type S, which is a very awesome car. Let's see who made it. Let's see, according to my page, the Acura, here we go. It was made by Mr. Tom himself. He made the Acura Concept Type S. Right, so let's take a look on it and see what's what. So what we have is a 338 horsepower, 3.5 liter V6 engine. It's naturally aspirated, it's double overhead, 30 valves in total, which is very crazy, and 11.9 to 1 compression ratio. That is very crazy. I like it. It's all-wheel drive, 7-speed double clutch gearbox. It's absolutely ready to run. as you can see. So let's take a look on the looks of this thing, because I think it looks absolutely stunning. So basically, this is the car. This is the Acura 2020 Concept Type S. I think I've seen pictures of this thing. Now take a look at that. The creator, he made it look absolutely spot on. Even the logo, the Acura logo is up front, which is very, very awesome. Love the crazy looking angry front of the car. Look at that 4-door. The side mirrors are looking very, very awesome. We have some no, this is not carbon fiber, this is painted. Wow, it looks very stunning. I love those black crazy rims, and take a look at the back. Whoa, look at that. This thing looks absolutely stunning. Look at that, with the defroster lines and the panoramic roof, with the crazy angry back end. This thing is just marvelous. Absolutely spot on. What do you think, guys? What do you think about the Acura Type S made by Mr. Tom? Yeah, I guess I've seen it before. I mean, I'm not mistaken. I think yes. I think I did checked it. I think I even drove it. Maybe I think so, because this is not the first time that I've seen it. But it still looks absolutely stunning, amazing. So let's take a look on the engine then. So what we have is a 90 degrees V6 engine made entirely from aluminum, whatever you want to call it. It's a 3.5 liter, 90.6 millimeter on the bore, 90.6 millimeters on the stroke. Very, very awesome. Double overhead, 5 valves per cylinder. Very, very crazy. Forged internals, very nice. 11.9 to 1. I'm not really sure about the specs, if because I haven't checked the real specs. I would love, because again this video is on YouTube. It will be on YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube and if you know the real specs of the engine, I would love if you can confirm them in the comment section below. If it's correct. If it's not, I would love if you can tell me that. The direct fuel injection, twin throttles, performance intake, 9820 on 98 super octane, very, very lean and clean. Maxed out ignition, 8000. It's a very, very nicely tuned engine, very, very powerful, and I love that. It's not crazy loud, it's actually crazy quiet. It can do 21.8% of fuel efficiency, and it can push great amount of power. And here's the engine with all of its glory. So let's fire it up and let's hear this beast coming into life. Here we go. Very nice start indeed. Engine sounds absolutely awesome, and the car looks, well, just breathtaking. Absolutely awesome. Again, this thing is running with all-wheel drive, double clutch, 7-speed gearbox, 6.3 seconds from 0 to 100. Not crazy fast, but it's actually pretty quick. Electric limited slip diffs, sport compound tires, 21-inch rims, 250 up front, 270s in the back. All of these things should be replicated from the real deal, and it looks absolutely stunning. Carbon ceramic brakes, front and rear, pretty advanced, pretty powerful. We have some active downforce. It is marvelous. I love this thing so much. It looks so premium and so well made. Absolutely superb work. Also, look at that. The suspension tune is pretty also agile. It's not crazy comfort, and it's not comfortable, and it's not crazy, of course, sharp and hard. It's in between, like it's 50%, not racing and not super comfy. It's absolutely dead center, and I love that. It means it's actually comfortable, as you can see, and still pretty much sporty. Very, very nice. And all of this madness cost $68,300. It can do 14.7 mpg. No one cares about these things, but it's actually pretty drivable. Like, anyone can get in and drive. It's pretty sporty, somewhat comfortable. It's actually prestigious and very safe and very reliable as well. Very practical also. So it's a pretty decent family car. It weighs 2.1 tons. It's pretty fatty, but I like it. It's actually very, very nicely looking car. Very, very nice. So let's export it to BeamNG and let's try the next beast and see if you guys like this one or the next one. Don't forget, after we finish filming, guys, go to my YouTube on the community tab and vote for your favorite car, because the winner of the vote will be with the winner of this episode. So vote. Don't forget that. after you finish watching. Right, so everything is looking nice with this car, and I really cannot wait to give it a go in BeamNG. I mean, according to the creator, I did drove this thing in the past, and I think I did because this thing looks very, very familiar. I'm not, I'm not strange into this beautiful looking car. So I love this thing so much. Let's move on with the next beast. So if you like it, don't forget to vote on it to the creator, Mr. Tom himself. Right, so let's see what we have next. Very, very awesome car. I love to see replica built cars because they take great deal amount of attention and time to be made, and this one definitely was like up there, up with the good ones. So what we have next is a 2007 Shelby Mustang GT replica. It's running with a modular V8, my favorite, the 4.6 3-valve, one of my all-time favorite engines ever, because my car, my daily driver car, is running with the same engine but with the 2-valve version. So let's take a look. So the Mustang Shelby GT 500, is GT 500, right? Or Mustang, Shelby GT. This is not the 500, no, this is the Mustang Shelby GT. It was made by Mr. Spazzi himself, our dearest friend, Mr. Spazzi. He's one of the awesome guys that did create some breathtaking replica in the past, like crazy Lancias and amazing cars, also the Maserati Biturbo and more. So let's see what this awesome beast look like. So what we have here is a 318 horsepower naturally aspirated 4.6 liter V8, one of my all-time favorite Ford engines ever. Single overhead camshaft, 3 valves per cylinder, 10.8 compression, rear-wheel drive, double wishbone up front, solid axle coils in the back. Obviously it's a Mustang, it needs to run the old school solid axle in the back. Gearbox, which is 5-speed manual. Awesome, it's just pure awesomeness, pure American muscle. So let's take a look on this beast of a car, and here it is with all of its glory. Look at that, look at the classic Shelby Mustang, awesome rims. I mean, take a look at that, look at the attention to details, the horse, the Shelby flag and everything, the Shelby stripes, the hood scoop. It is absolutely marvelous. And of course the California license plate, of course you need that. Mr. True Mermaid, this is the 2017 version with the of course the naturally aspirated engine. This is not the Shelby GT 500 with the supercharged V8. No, this is the naturally aspirated version, which is very marvelous. I love this thing so much. It looks absolutely crazy. As you can see, we have defrosted lines and everything. It is absolutely sweet, as you can see. And also, not only that, because it's hidden under this hideous car winch or car lifter, as you can see, it's written even on the side. It says Shelby GT on the side. All of these things are amazing attention to details. And also it's, as you can see, this thing takes forever to replicate, and I really appreciate every moment the creators spent making this awesome vehicle. Yes, I think the rear license plate is missing, because when I loaded this car into automation, the loader application gave me an error, which is like missing fixture. I think the license plate is missing. Maybe, I don't know, the mod is gone or something, but it still looks marvelous, as you can see. Right, so let's take a look on the engine. What we have, as I mentioned, is a 90 degrees V8 engine, 4.6, my favorite one. Cast iron block, aluminum cylinder heads, perfect. Single overhead camshaft. This is the 3 valves version, old school cast internals, as you can see. 10.8 to 1 compression, 50 on the cam profile. It is marvelous. Multi-point EFI fuel injection, single throttle bodies, performance intake, running on 91 regular fuel. It is a little bit thirsty, but who cares? It's a Mustang. It is absolutely marvelous. So let's listen to this awesome V8 and see how this thing actually sounds. Here we go. I love this engine so much. Let's see what we have next. What we have is a longitudinal, obviously longitudinal rear-wheel drive, manual 5 on the floor, 5-speed gearbox, very awesome. Final drive 3.54 to 1, very good. Vicious limited slip diff, all right, that's cool. Sport compound tires, as you can see, 235 front and rear, 18-inch rims, alloy rims material, decent brakes, very decent brakes, powerful, strong, no brake fading. You know, it's a Mustang, no one cares about, you know, aerodynamics and all of that nonsense. It's a muscle car, who cares about that? It's a 4-seater, premium interior, standard CD entertainment system, hydraulic power steering, traction control, ABS. It is just, you know, pretty much old school vehicle, and you know, with some awesome, you know, modern touch-ups there and there. As you can see, I mean, it still looks marvelous. I love this generation of Mustangs, you know, 2005, 2007. It's one of my favorite generations because it was running with the modular V8, one of my favorite V8s. I mean, I know that everyone prefers the Coyote, the 5-liter, the 5.0 Mustang. It's a powerful and much better engine, I know that, but to me, the modular family is one of my all-time favorite V8 families, you know, made by Ford. So all of this craziness cost $51,400. It's a Mustang, no one cares about fuel economy, but it's pretty drivable and not crazy difficult. But you know, you can crash into crowds, so yeah. It's pretty sporty, the drag racer, obviously. Comfort, well, it's not bad. The prestige, it's a Mustang, people loves it. Safety, not bad. Reliability, it's pretty reliable. It's a Ford, so yeah, it's just this. And obviously the modular V8 is a bulletproof engine. It will just run and run forever. I love this engine. I drive it every day, and I love it. It's pretty awesome. Practicality, well, it's a coupe, so you know how it is. It's a pretty decent vehicle. As you can see, top speed 266, 5.4 seconds from 0 to 100, 1500 kilos total weight. Pretty awesome. So let's export it to BeamNG and see what we have third. So remember, guys, if you love the Mustang, if you love it, just go and vote for it, because it is just a marvelous vehicle, and I hope this thing actually drives very nicely in BeamNG. Here we go. All right, let's export it. Amazing cars. I mean, since I've played automation like long time ago, I was so interested in making replica cars, like real life cars, and bringing them into automation and into BeamNG, and seeing people, you know, actually doing the same, seeing this idea growing, and people are participating and making such amazing cars in automation, because all of us know that automation is not an easy, it's not an easy game to play. You need to have great amount of patience and great amount of of taste, so you can just sit down and start replicating each and every single nut and bolt and letter and line to make it look perfect. And this one is definitely one of the greatest ones. Very nice work, Mr. Spazi. Let's move on with number 3. Here we go. Let's see what we have on the third one. So the third vehicle that we have here is, give me some drum roll, and it's the Honda NSX 2005, as you can see, with all of its glory. So this Honda NSX with all of its glory was made by Mr. I'm gonna say his name on my Discord. His username is Top 7 Reasons Why Guru is OP, basically. So yeah, this is his username. I'm not joking. This is his username, and I'm quoting Top 7 Reasons Why Guru is OP, which is right. Very awesome username, and very great reference to a very funny movie. Right, so what we have here is a Honda C-Series C30A engine, obviously mated to a legendary car, the 2005 Honda NSX. It says after lifting Monza edition. So what we have is a 285 horsepower 3-liter V6, double overhead camshaft, obviously VTEC and all of that craziness, 10.2 to 1 compression, rear-wheel drive, semi-space frame chassis, 6-speed manual gearbox. Right, let's see what we have here. Let's take a look on the vehicle, and here it is with all of its glory. Wow. Oh my lord, look at that. He also replicated the Honda badge. I mean, that is just great attention to details. Wow, okay, that is pretty cool. That is absolutely pretty cool. I mean, I can see some, you know, tiny mistakes, but I mean, as we all know, automation is just a pain in the back when it comes to replicating cars. I'm seeing some missing things there and there, but like, it is absolutely awesome. It's the Honda NSX, dude. Wow. I mean, it's still missing some things, but I really like it. So what do you think, guys, about it? What do you think about it? Tell me in the comment section below, and of course don't forget to vote on it if you like it after you finish watching on my community tab. Right, so let's take a look on the engine then. So what we have here is the legendary 90 degrees V6 engine made by Honda, magnesium block. Yes, that's correct, magnesium block. 3-liter engine, 90mm on the bore, 78mm on the stroke, equals 2,977. Double overhead camshaft, 4 valves per cylinder, aluminum silicon cylinder head. Huh, that is pretty special. VVL, obviously, VTEC and all of that craziness. Crankshaft forged steel, titanium connecting rods, lightweight forged pistons. Very, very awesome. 10.2 to 1 compression, and well, right, so the cam profile and the VVL are pretty close from each other, which is, I think, is pretty much not real. I really hope that the graph and the power and the torque are correct. I would love, guys, if you can tell me in the comment section that if this engine is 100% replicated, or if there is any problem with the power and the torque and all of that, because I'm seeing some issues when it comes to VVL profile and cam profile, but not bad. You know, it's not the worst thing ever. Multi-point EFI, throttle per cylinder, standard intake, premium 95. It's not a bad engine, but there are some little mistakes with it, but it's cool. It's very, very cool. So yes, I would love, guys, if you can tell me in the comment section on YouTube if there's a problem with it, or right now on Twitch, because right now we are actually recording live on Twitch. So yeah, if you know any specs of this engine, or if you know anything that you see wrong with the engine or with the car, tell me immediately so we can say that. So let's fire it up and let's see if this beautiful V6 comes to life. Here we go. Alright, not a bad engine at all. Here we go. Let me read, because there is a comment on Twitch. I think someone is trying to put the comment, but unfortunately the Twitch flagged it. I think Mr. Tawfiq said horsepower net 206 kilowatts, or 280 PS, or 276 horsepower. So yes, I mean, I think there are some issues with it. According to Mr. Tawfiq 82 on my Twitch stream, because we're recording on Twitch, according to Mr. Tawfiq 82, he said cylinders alignment V6, displacement 3179 cc. So I don't know which version of this engine. Take a look. It says after lifting C30A Monza Red Pearl. That's the name of it, Mr. Tawfiq 82. It says C30A Monza Red Pearl. Is this maybe it's a special version of the C30A, maybe in a 3-liter only, not 3179 cc. So I'm not gonna change anything. This is how I got this car, and I don't know if it's real or not. I will leave that, guys, up to you to vote for it, or to tell me in the comment section below, or to tell the creator if it's actually right or wrong. So as you can see, what we have is transverse rear-wheel drive, obviously, manual 6-speed, vicious limited slip diff, semi-slick tires, oh that's brave, 60-inch rims, 205 up front, 215s in the back, So it's pretty special, but I would love if you can guys tell the creator, you know, what's wrong with this car, as you can see, because according to you guys on Twitch, you are saying there's a lot of things wrong with the engine. So yeah, not everything is absolutely replicated, but you know, it's a good effort. It's a good effort. Yeah, and you can mention that to Mr. Top 7 Reasons Why Guru is OP. That's his username. So if you want to say anything to him on my Discord, but you know, I like it. It's, you know, the looks of the car is pretty well thought out. I mean, a lot of things on the body are like replicated, but there are some missing things. But I really appreciate it because I know how much time and effort the creators spent on making this thing happen. This thing is not, the NSX is a very difficult car to replicate, especially the rear wing. As you can see, he took some, you know, some measurements of his own to make it look as close as possible. But you know how automation is. It's pretty difficult to replicate cars, but it's a very nice effort. So this thing weighs 1,197 kilos. Top speed 246, 6 seconds from 0 to 100. This thing costs $55,500. It can do 20 mpg. It's pretty awesome. It's very drivable, very sporty. Not much, you know, it's actually pretty comfortable, pretty prestigious. It's not bad. It's very reliable. Obviously, it's a Honda, and well, no, practicality is not a good thing here, because who cares about practicality in an NSX? Who cares about that? But it's a pretty decent vehicle. So let's export it to BeamNG and then drive it over there and see what's what. Right, so I'm having fun so far. A lot of amazing cars tonight, like really a lot of awesome cars tonight. So Mr. The Belt himself said, spent hours tuning Escort GT to match within 2%, and but it's not a wow car like the rest here. It's okay, my friend. I mean, I know how automation is kind of a pain in the back when it comes to replicating cars, but you know, you can try your best. Just, you know, be patient and be patient with it. You know, work on it until you make it absolutely perfect. Don't worry about that. I mean, every one of us, when we started playing automation for the first time, we were absolutely like, we were creating basically nonsense. But now, with time, we are evolving and we are making such a decent car as you can see. So let's move on with number 4 and see what's what. Here we go. Let's see what we have next. So after the NSX, what we have is let's see, guys. I apologize about that. I received a good message. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Just a moment. I mean, I know I should answer messages, but yeah. All right, gentlemen. So after the NSX, what we have is, it's called a Tawfiq Motors BMW E36 323i Coupe replica. Here's a picture of it, 1995 model. So let's open it and see what's what. Here we go. All right, gentlemen. So what we have here is 170 horsepower, 2.5 liter inline 6 engine, 10.5 to 1 double overhead camshaft, rear-wheel drive, 5-speed manual gearbox. You know how typical old school BMWs are. Very awesome. I used to love the inline 6 BMWs from the past. Like, I mean, amazing engines and absolutely superb. And I really hope this one is one of them. Let me send this message. I apologize about that. I mean, and right, so sorry about that. So McPherson struts up front, double wishbones in the back. As you can see, 5-speed manual gearbox. It's pretty old school BMW, which is very awesome. And now let's take a look on the engine. So as you can see, what we have is an inline 6 engine, aluminum block, you know, 2.5 liter engine, 84 millimeters on the bore, 75 millimeters on the stroke, double overhead camshaft, 4 valves per cylinder, aluminum cylinder heads. As you can see, guys, it's a pretty decent engine, but I would love if you do know the specs of the M52B25 engine, tell me in the comment section below if this engine is absolutely replicated or if there's any sort of mistake with it, so we can of course so we can make sure it's an absolutely awesome, pretty replicated car. All right, here we go. So it's a pretty decent car so far. All right, let's take a look on the engine again. Cast iron or cast internals, pretty old school, 10.5:1 compression ratio, 35 on the cam profile, VVT on the intake. It's a pretty decent engine, as you can see, with all of its glory, running on 98 octane fuel, 12.4 fuel mixture. It's nearly maxed out ignition timing, multi-point EFI. It's a pretty old school engine. Obviously it's 1995, but it's still a pretty decent engine. So let's fire it up and let's take a look on this beautiful engine. So 170 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque. Here we go. Let's fire it up and let's hear this beautiful engine. Ooh, pretty smooth, pretty smooth. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. Right, here we go. So let's hear this beautiful engine. Here we go. Wow, I love N96 engines. This sounds absolutely awesome. So according to the creator, Mr. Tawfiq82, he said only double wishbone is not correct. In real life, it's using semi-trail arms, but semi-trail arm act weird in BeamNG. Well, not entirely, Mr. Tawfiq. I made a lot of cars with semi-trailing arms in the back, and they work perfectly. I mean, it depends on the tune. If you are doing something crazy, if you are doing something, crazy with the tune, sometimes they don't work, but usually they work absolutely perfectly. Just a moment, guys, because what kind of an issue we had with my family, and my family right now are messaging me as always. But yeah, everything is working well. Right, it's a pretty decent engine. I really like it, and let's take a look on the car now. So as you can see, this is the car with all of its glory. As you can see, it looks absolutely marvelous. I mean, wow. I mean, it does look like a BMW. The grille, the headlights. It is pretty special. Wow. I mean, wow, it is pretty awesome. But I can see some problems, like in the back, for example. In the back, it looks like it needs a little bit extra. It needs a little bit extra work. Like, you can actually create the BMW badge. I mean, it's gonna take some time, Mr. Tawfiq, but you can actually replicate it. The circle inside of the four quarters, you can actually make it. It's not crazy difficult, but you can make it actually. But it's pretty decent. It's not really that bad. I really like it. The engine, the looks of it up front, it is absolutely marvelous. It is amazing. Just a moment, guys. How big it is. So as you can see, it's running with longitudinal rear-wheel drive manual 5-speed gearbox. The final drive is 4.55:1 gear limited slip diff. It is very, very awesome. Sport compound tires, 70-inch rims, 205s in the up front, 235s in the back. So far so good. Ventilated discs up front and the back as well, 2 pistons, very tough brakes, nice amount of downforce, very cool, amazing, absolutely spot on. Premium cassette, premium interior, and everything is looking decent. ABS, variable hydraulic, basic 80s. It is amazing, very sweet. All right, so this beautiful Beamer here weighs 1,320 kilos, 227 top speed, 7.5 seconds from 0 to 100, 40 grand this thing cost, nearly 20 mpg of fuel economy. It's pretty drivable, it's sporty, somewhat comfortable. It's not bad. It's for a 1995 car in automation. It's really good actually. It's pretty reliable, somewhat practical actually. So it's a decent vehicle, absolutely decent. So very nice work, Mr. Tawfiq. Let's export it to BeamNG and see what's what. Guys, don't forget, if you like this Beamer, don't forget to vote on it on YouTube on my community tab. Go there and vote for your favorite car. If you like this Beamer, go and vote for it and vote for Mr. Tawfiq 82. Very nice work. Right, let me just send this message pretty quickly because it's a very important message. It's very cool. Anyways, maybe. With your, just a moment, guys. Very important message. Right, so okay, everything is looking good so far. All right, the car is in BeamNG, and now let's take a look on the next vehicle. Very sweet work. Here we go. Very nice work, Mr. Tawfiq. Replicating a Beamer, it's not an easy thing. I mean, yes, the grill and all of that, you can actually do it, but many other things that you did with the car are not easy to do, and you actually did them. So very nice work. All right, gentlemen, the fifth and the final vehicle of tonight, which is the Mercedes-Benz E36 AMG station wagon from 1993. Sweet, we have a Beamer, we have a Merc. Yeah, it's gonna be absolutely awesome. So let's see. What we have here is the legendary M104 engine, basically, which is 3.6 liter inline six. 271 horsepower aluminum block and cylinder head, rear-wheel drive, 4-speed automatic, not bad. McPherson's up front, multi-links in the back. Very awesome. So let's take a look on this beautiful Merc and see what's what. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. To go into all right, here we go. So let's take a look on this beast. What we have here is of course the legendary Mercedes-Benz E36 wagon, as you can see with all of its glory. Let's take a look and see what's what. Now up front, yes, I can see some Merc touch-ups, but I mean, we know how automation is. Sometimes it gets pretty crappy in automation, like to replicate a thing. But I think the creative team did a brilliant job. Like, I mean, yes, it looks pretty close to the real deal, actually. If you look at it, like if you squint a little bit, from the side, it looks the legendary, the crazy boxy looks from the 90s, Mercedes 90s, and also the 90s Mercedes rims. These are absolutely awesome and replicated. The back, well, I mean, just look at it. The back is just, marvelous. I mean, yes, we have the Mercedes star. We have of course, the legendary 90s Mercedes lights. These are absolutely awesome. These lights, to see them in automation, it is just marvelous. But I think the creative, forgot maybe he forgotten to write the model name, E36 AMG something. I mean, if he wrote the name of the model, if he actually put maybe some defroster lines, I'm not sure if the real model has defroster lines or not, but some extra attention to details will make this thing look more awesome, as you can see. But I really like it. I really dig this thing. I mean, it's a station wagon. It's a Merc from the 90s. Who wouldn't say no to that? So let's take a look on the engine. What we have here is an inline-6 engine, aluminum block, aluminum cylinder head, which is very, very awesome. So as you can see, double overhead, 4 valves. So far so good. 91 millimeters on the bore, 92.4 millimeters on the stroke, 3.6 liter, total capacity. No other brand used them. Yeah, indeed. No other brand used them. Yeah, Mr. MB. Cast iron crankshaft, forged internals, pretty sweet. 10.5 to 1 compression, VVT on all cams. Wow, that was pretty advanced. Multi-point EFI, single throttle body, performance intake, and all of that. Very, very sweet. Super 98 octane fuel, maxed out ignition time. It's a crazy vehicle, and I would love if you can tell me in the comment section or right now on Twitch if the power, the torque, and all of these things are absolutely replicated or not. I would love to know if this engine is accurate or not. So let's move on. The exhaust is pretty standard, very, very awesome as well. As you can see, 270 pound-feet of torque to 71 horsepower. Pretty good, very, very good engine, pretty reliable, very, very smooth, very, very awesome. So here's another inline-6, very, very awesome. Let's fire it up. Nice. Just a moment, guys. Right. So it's a pretty decent engine. I apologize about the delay. Now, of course, let's move on and see what we have next. So this beast of a vehicle, it's running with longitudinal rear-wheel drive, automatic 4-speed, old-school automatic 4-speed, very, very sweet. There is nothing wrong with that. Final drive 3.95 to 1, very, very awesome. And now, of course, as you can see, gear limited slip diff, very, very awesome. Look at that, amazing. Sport compound tires, 70-inch rims, 225 front and rears, very, very cool. Ventilated 2 piston discs up front, 1 piston in the back. Not much of a brake fairing, actually pretty decent brakes, amazing, absolutely spot on. And let's see, fully clad under tray, it's a pretty decent station wagon, amazing. These things were actually sporty, luxurious, reliable. I mean, yes, the 90s Mercedes were actually pretty reliable, not like, unfortunately, these days everything is so complicated, but in the olden days, everything was so mechanical and so awesome. But let me send this message also, sorry guys about that. Right, so as you can see, everything is looking decent. I apologize for the for the silence a little bit, but everything is looking nice with this car. As you can see, this thing weighs 1,636 kilos, 239 kilometers per hour top speed, 7 seconds from 0 to 100, $49,100 total price. Not bad. It can do nearly 15 mpg. And is looking absolutely awesome. Look at that, it's pretty reliable, it's very practical. Obviously it's a station wagon, it's very drivable. Basically anyone can get in and drive. It's just old school automatic, anyone can drive it. Pretty sporty, somewhat comfortable. It's a Merc, it's prestigious, is not bad for a 1993 car. Safe, obviously. and it's a good car. It's a very nice family car and very sporty as well. So let's export it to BeamNG, and then let's start driving those awesome vehicles. Amazing. It's gonna be so much fun in BeamNG. We have Mercs, Beamers, Mustang GT. It is, oh, you know, Shelby Mustang GT. Right, as you can see, this thing now finished exporting into BeamNG.drive. Now guys, we finished exporting all the 5 cars. I'll be driving them BeamNG, and also I'll be showing you a very special car. A very special car that you'll be seeing, later in BeamNG. All right, so let's see. All right, gentlemen. So as you can see, we finished exporting all the cars, and as I mentioned, I will be, of course, be showing you a very special car made by dear friend Mr. OME. So yes, he's a pretty awesome guy. He created some of the most amazing cars in the past, and he sent me recently one of his latest and craziest creations. He's the creator, or yeah, guys, remember the crazy car that me and Mr. OME did? When we shoved that V16 King engine, which was the most powerful handling car in automation. When we shoved that V16 King engine in that crazy alien looking car. Basically, that alien orange looking car, it was designed by Mr. OME, and now he created something new. So let's open BeamNG together. Let's move on over there, start driving, and I'll be showing you that special car over there. Here we go. So BeamNG right now is firing up. Alright, it's firing up BeamNG. As you can see, it's gonna take some time, but alright, here we go. BeamNG is starting to firing up. No, it's not the Lancia. Oh no. Mr. OME, he never created a replica before. Or actually he did. I think he made a pretty amazing Alfa Romeo in the past. But he actually sent me one of his craziest creations, Mr. OME. So let me switch to BeamNG. Alright, BeamNG is up and running. Let's switch to BeamNG. Here we go. And let's see, let me close automation. All right, here we go. So we are in BeamNG.drive. Let's load our favorite. Let's load our favorite track, and of course start driving. Here we go. Where is our West Coast racetrack? Here we go. Here we go. So we are in BeamNG and it's loading, and it's gonna be absolutely awesome. Where is my controller? Here we go. All right, we are in Beam NG.drive. I also want to show you many awesome things, but first we finish the episode, and then I'm gonna be showing some really special things. So just bear with me a little bit. Just bear with me a little bit. All right, here we go. So I made some pretty awesome things that we'll be seeing later, but let's start driving now those awesome vehicles. So let's start first. Let's see which one we'll be seeing in our face. The Acura Concept Type S. All right, let's see how this thing will actually run perfectly on a track. I mean, Honda cars are not really badly tuned like those crazy Concept and Acuras, like those sporty ones there, and the suspension is pretty decent. Like if you want to take them around the track, it will run. Actually, it will be an absolutely enjoyable thing. It's not gonna be like crazy, understeering or oversteering monster, but it's gonna be really awesome. So as you can see, this is a beautiful concept. As you can see, with all of its glory, headlights are just marvelous. I mean, look at that, it's just amazing. So let's see how this thing will actually run. Ooh, shooting planes and all of that. All right, acceleration, very nice. Let's see, first corner, here we go. Ooh, very nice. Oh, not bad. I mean, for a 2.1 ton vehicle, this thing actually handles pretty well. Wow. Not bad at all. Let's see, brake test. And stop. Wow, not bad at all. It's pretty fun. Very nice. Wow, it's a pretty decent sporty sedan, I'll have to say. This thing handles pretty well. Wow, I mean, absolutely marvelous. This thing handles very nice. I mean, this thing took the corners like effortlessly. Very awesome. I mean, it was absolutely enjoyable to drive. Absolutely enjoyable. I mean, it's still a 2.1 ton vehicle, which is very surprising, but it worked. It worked absolutely awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Very remarkable vehicle. This thing handled pretty well. The engine was perfect. The gearbox ratios were amazing. The brakes were tough. This thing stops on its face very nicely. Absolutely spot on. Very nice work. I mean, not only it looks great, it also drives pretty well. So don't forget, guys, vote for it if you actually like it. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. All right, here we go. All right, just a moment, guys, just a moment. Just a moment. All right, so after this beautiful vehicle, let's see what we have next. Guys, if you like it, don't forget to vote for it. So after this beast, let's see what we have. What we have next is, as you can see, we have a lot of cars, but which one of them is ours? Like from the stream. Ford Mustang GT, that's mine. we have a lot of cars, and going through them is just the Honda NSX. All right, now a Honda NSX. This should be actually a pretty decent vehicle, and it should be a pretty decent track vehicle. So let's see. What happened? What the? There's something. Oh, look at that! Every time you load this thing, a lot of things fall. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's very much unfortunate, but let's soldier on. Let's see how this thing will drive. So according to many of you guys, you said the engine is not really 100% replicated. There are some mistakes with it, but it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent, when it comes to specs. So let's see. Let's just try it. Let's drive it and see what's what. As you can see, everything still works. Headlights, indicators. It still looks like a decent car, but unfortunately, these things are falling on the floor each time you load these things, which is very, very unfortunate, but it's very, very awesome. Let me send this message first. Just a moment, guys. All right, so let's see what's what. Here we go. I apologize about that. Here we go. So let's see. 3, 2, 1. Now the Honda NSX is supposed to be a very, very sporty and very decent handling vehicle. Let's see if this one is like the real deal or not. All right. So steering is pretty light. Like very, very sensitive steering. Like you need to be very, very careful. Unlike the previous vehicle, it's still rear-wheel drive. So if you overdo it, you can spin out and crash. But for now, it's pretty controllable. The issue so far that I'm having with this car is the soft dampers. Yep, the dampers are pretty soft. Like every time I'm braking this thing, it just dips on its face. Everything else so far is pretty cool. Alright, very, very nice. Whoa, okay, so this thing starts to dance a little bit, but it's not bad. Oh, look at that, so it's getting pretty dangerous a little bit. The aerodynamics are not perfect, but brakes are pretty tough. I like it. It's not crazy, difficult. Actually, pretty easy to drive, but on high speeds, it can get a little bit dangerous. I mean, if this thing had stiffer dampers, yes, it would be very, very good, but unfortunately this thing is running with soft dampers, which makes this thing, pushy and wallowy. But it's not bad. And here we go. So very, very nice. I have to say, driving this thing actually is pretty balanced. Very, very nice car. Absolutely spot on. Crazy attention to details and everything. But unfortunately, the dampers are pretty soft, and also on a straight line, very, very high speed, this thing will start to dance. So you need to be absolutely careful with this thing. Just a moment, guys. I'm seeing. All right, so I really like this thing so much. I apologize for the silence. I was actually sending an important message, but yes, I really, really like driving this car. I mean, the Honda, the previous one, sorry, the Acura, the previous one was, to be honest, more enjoyable than this one, but this one is also very good, very, very good to drive. But unfortunately, as I mentioned, the soft dampers and the crazy aerodynamics on a straight line makes this thing pretty much dangerous in a straight line. But around corners, it is a pretty decent vehicle. So very nice work. Right, so after the Honda, where is the Honda? After the Honda, let's see what we have next. As you can see, we have a ton of vehicles, and after this one we have the Merc. All right, the Mercedes-Benz E36 AMG station wagon. Now this thing is going to be special because first of all, it's automatic. It is absolutely awesome, but let me first do something important here. Right. Alright, gentlemen, so what we have here is the legendary Mercedes-Benz E36, I think, a station wagon AMG with all of its glory. Yes, we have the 3.6 liter inline 6 engine under the hood, around 270 horsepower, 270 pound-feet of torque. Very cool 4-speed automatic gearbox. Now, as you can see, the car looks absolutely stunning. Let's see if we can actually do a burnout. So 3, 2, 1. Oh, just a moment. Someone needs to be punched in the face. Just a moment. All right, here we go. So let's see how this thing will actually run. Really, Mr. Spazzi says when he was at school, there was a teacher driving one of these completely white. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, give me some of that. Station wagon that can do burnouts is one of the coolest things ever. Alright, let's see. Now, it's an old school automatic, so I can't do anything about it. But we'll drive and see. To be honest, acceleration actually is pretty decent. Come on, automatic. Aw, come on. The gearbox shifted into fourth, which unfortunately killed the speed. Oh, yes, it's a tail-happy car, obviously. Unfortunately, this old school gearbox is like very dull. Like, look at that, it takes forever to shift down. And if you drive it, if you are being careful with the throttle, it will assume that you are cruising and it will just shift up into a high gear, which is a thing that you really don't want to see on the track. But look at that, I just lifted the throttle a little bit to make it stable, and the gearbox assumed that I was cruising, shifted up to fourth and killed the speed. Alright, here we go. Foot hard to the floor. Well, speed, as you can see, it's not really a crazy thing about this vehicle, but it's pretty fun. And as you can see, the brakes are pretty strong. The engine is pretty torquey. Car moves very nicely around the track. Suspension is not too soft and it's not too hard. It's in between, which is the perfect amount. The gearbox is just, it's just like, don't bother in anything. But I love this thing. It is so much fun. Look at that. You are achieving decent amount of speed, like very quickly, because the engine is pretty torquey. It's rear-wheel drive, pretty tail happy. But I like it. It's so stable. It's so planted. And brakes, well, look at that. Stops exactly where you want this thing to stop. Very nice work. This thing is an absolutely awesome vehicle. Absolutely awesome. I mean, it looks pretty special, and as you can see, drive pretty special. So I really thank the creator for creating such a timeless machine, because it is just awesome. It is just absolutely marvelous. So just a moment, let me send this message. Alright, so pretty nice work. Thank you so much for the creator for creating such a timeless and beautiful machine. This thing looks absolutely awesome and drives as well in a very, very cool and pretty sporty and awesome way. But the gearbox was the main issue here. But it's okay. I mean, you can get around the idea of this lazy gearbox by just shoving it down into second and up all the time. So very, very nice work. Absolutely amazing car. Very, very cool work indeed. All right, so after the Merc, let's see what we have next. After the Merc, let's see what we have. Here's the Alfa Romeo that I mentioned that Mr. Wami created in the past. Very, very, very awesome vehicle. The Shelby Mustang GT next. Now the Shelby Mustang GT, unfortunately, it's not it's not the best car to drive around the track. It's a pretty old school, when it comes to suspension technology, but it is just cool, I mean, it's a Shelby Mustang GT. How cool is that? Let me send this message quickly. Alright, gentlemen, so what we have here is our beloved Mr. Spazi's creation, which is of course the Shelby Shelby Mustang GT 4.6 liter engine, one of my favorites, 3 valves per cylinder, as you can see. Pretty awesome engine. 317 horsepower, 310 pound-feet in BMG. Let's take it around the track, and hopefully we won't be crashing into any crowd. So obviously I'm gonna do a burnout, so let's see what's what. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Where's the gearbox? Why is it not working? Oh, stupid clutch. Here we go. Let's try again. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. It's a Mustang. It was born to do that. Alright, just a moment. I need to send this message quickly, guys. Alright, let's see. Alright, here we go. Acceleration, well, it's a muscle car. Let's accelerate pretty hard. Alright, first corner. You can tell it's a muscle car. It is like... yeah, you need to be very careful because this thing is a tail-happy car. Pretty much old suspension, but let's see. And yes, you can't really hit the apexes all the time. There is a minor understeer and a ton of oversteer, so... oh, that was a big one. I mean, this thing wasn't really born to do track racing, obviously, no. Why bother taking it on the track? This thing was born to do one thing, and one thing only. Drag racing. Yes, my friends, this thing was born to do drag racing only. So let's put it against an awesome machine and see what's what. Alright, here we go. Let's see what kind of craziness we can get. So what we have is 312 horsepower. So let's try and put it against something a little bit modern, a little bit more sophisticated. So let's put it against, I'm not sure, let's see what kind of performances we are looking at here. 160 horsepower, 260. Alright, 260 horsepower. Let's see if we can actually destroy this. Hopefully we won't get destroyed. So let's see. Just a moment. Alright, let's see. Here we go. Let's see if this Shelby deserves the name Shelby. Here we go. Right. Go, baby, go. You're a Shelby, you can do it. Yeah. 13.5 against 13.7. Wow, doing 102. He's also doing 102 miles per hour. Very, very awesome. And this is basically what the Shelby Mustang was born to do. Not track racing, obviously not. This thing was born to do drag racing and drag racing only. So, get it back to the start line. Let's see what's what. Well, yeah, differential is not really that crazy, but let's get back to the start line. Or actually not, because this is so this is the start line now, but you know, whatever. So let's see what we have next now. After the Shelby Mustang GT, which was created by Mr. Smazi, very awesome work. So if you like it, don't forget to vote on it. And, you know, on my community tab, if you like it, vote for it, so you can make it win if you really like it. So after this beast, what we have next is the Tawfiq Motors BMW, of course, the E36 Beamer. So let's see. Just a moment, guys, just a moment. Just a moment. Alright, gentlemen, so this is the Beamer then, inline 6 engine. You know, it's not as powerful as the Merc. This is only 170 horsepower, 185 pound-feet of torque, but let's see. There you go. Now this thing should be fun. Obviously this is not a drag racer. But let's see if this is actually a sport car. Just a moment, guys. Very important. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Let's see what's what. So, inline 6, 170 horsepower. Very good. Well, so far, you know, it's a tail-happy car. Obviously, it's a Beamer, but you know, it's good. It's pretty light and it does accelerate pretty well. Yes, it's a tail-happy car. So if you lay into it, you can actually make it, spin very hard. Sorry about pausing. I was reading a very important message from my family. But yeah, I mean, these days, you know how things it is, you know, staying at home, doing absolutely nothing. But unfortunately, had a little incident with my family recently, but everything is better now. I mean, we move on, life goes on, but I'm still getting a lot of messages from my parents and, you know, everyone. But I really like this Beamer, to be honest. I mean, this thing actually does handle pretty well. I'm not going to stop right now. I'm going to continue to drive it a little bit, you know, because those corners are pretty technical. So let's see how this thing will actually perform. Brakes, well, not, you know, sporty brakes, but not super strong. So you need to brake a little bit early, not too late. If you brake too late, you'll miss the corner and you basically will crash. But no, not bad brakes. The differential acts a little bit weird. It acts like an open diff. I think this is using maybe an open or a vicious limited slip. Yeah, it's not entirely geared or something else. But I like it. I dearly like it. It's actually, whoa, it's actually pretty sporty and very cool. All right, and that's all then. All right, so let's start this beast. All right, gentlemen, so what do you think about those 5 cars? Tell me in the comment section which one of those 5 awesome vehicles were your favorite. Don't forget to go to my community tab and vote for your favorite car. Yeah, don't forget to go and vote for your favorite car, so it will win the voting. So just a moment. Important, another important message. I know I shouldn't be sending messages, but all right. So, gentlemen, I really hope that you enjoyed these awesome 5 cars. Tell me what you think about them in the comment section below. I hope that you like them. Don't forget to vote on them and tell me which one of those 5 awesome vehicles are your favorites. I'll be seeing you very soon with more videos and more awesome challenges and crazy things. I really thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much from all of my heart for watching. Again, I apologize for pausing or for being silenced a little bit because I was replying to messages and all of that. But I'm really thankful for every one of you guys for sending your awesome cars. This was episode number 2. I really hope that you had fun. I'll be seeing you very soon, my friends. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye and good night for all of you.